Best foods for your heart? Well, they fall into 5 main categories. These are the things we should see in your grocery cart every week: fatty fish, dark leafy greens, nuts, legumes, and whole or ancient grains. Cleveland Clinic dietitian Julia Zampano explains the categories.
Fish is the best source of protein when it comes to foods for your heart, specifically fish that are sources of omega-3 fatty acid. Things like salmon, tuna, herring, mackerel, and then you can also get plant-based sources from things like flax seeds or chia seeds.
Omega-3s have been known to lower triglycerides, help lower blood pressure, and reduce inflammation. Next up, dark leafy greens.
Spinach would be probably the most user-friendly because you can do it raw as well as cooked. Kale the same, both great sources of tons of vitamins, fiber, protein, B vitamins, and then the other dark greens like collard, mustard, any of those would apply.
Also important for eating heart healthy, nuts.
Number 1 taking the chart would be walnuts. Second would be almonds. And then along the line would include peanuts or pistachios, hazelnuts. The ones you want to limit would be the ones that are higher in saturated fat. So those would be cashews, macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts.
Choose unsalted when you can. When it comes to legumes, there are a lot of choices.
Beans and legumes are a great source of fiber and protein for a replacement for a meatless meal. Kidney bean, pinto bean, black-eyed peas, black beans, great northern beans.
Lentils also fall into the legume category. Dried beans and frozen are best, but canned are okay too, as long as you rinse and drain them well to remove as much of the preservatives and salt as you possibly can. Lastly, grains. Whole grains, or so-called ancient grains.
Oats, quinoa. Then you have the buckwheat, barley, rye, millet, amaranth. So some of those are a little more challenging to find at your typical grocery store, but they are included in some foods as well, so you could scan your ingredient list in your 12-grain bread or your 12-grain cracker and look out for some of those heartier grains that provide really good sources of vitamins, minerals, iron, protein, fiber.
Another important reminder, when you're buying ground meat, those percentages do matter.
The higher number, whether it be 80 or 70 or 90, is typically the percentage of lean meat. The lower number, which is anywhere 40, 30, 20, 10, is the percentage of fat.
For Fox 8, I'm Dr. Marc.
Dr. Marc is sponsored by the Cleveland Clinic.